What it is, Street Fame Magazine podcast, episode, I think, number 4 now we on?
For number 4.
All right. It's your boy, AA Ron, brought to you by Wish.com and your girl,
Rapunzel the Poet.
Y'all already know. Make sure y'all check out our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, comment, whatever y'all want to do. Because we're going to keep on making these episodes. We're going to be doing a lot of different topics, artist interviews, music, everything. So make sure y'all keep tuned in. Check out, at Street Fan Forever, at Rapunzel the Poet. Make sure y'all check us out on Instagram too. So, Leah gonna start things off today with, I guess whatever she got on her mind. So what's up?
The thing that was on my mind the most this week was the whole Russell Simmons situation.
Okay.
The ladies were accusing him of basically rape, vicious rape. Not just
like assault, like
not
more
just
like an
assault,
actual full blown.
Yeah, not just assault, not just harassment, but actual rape. One of the ladies I saw, she got on the Breakfast Club and she was actually detailing the events that happened to her, which was scary. And then Russell Simmons, he seems like he's like out of the country, dodging the charges. The black community is not talking about it. So I definitely want that to be, at least a conversation.
I got you.
Because I think that it's believable.
Well, I mean, just from what I know, from what I saw and observed, the industry, that's a lot of stuff come with being in the industry. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in the industry do a lot of things they probably shouldn't do. Mm-hmm. Men and women, they do things to get fame or sometimes to not get fame or want to move up the ladder, so they be willing to do a little more things, but sometimes people take more than what they're supposed to take, or if they don't get what they expected to get, I guess they take it by force. But my thing about it is I think that the reason why it's probably not being talked about is because there's a lot of other stuff going on. It's bigger topics. Not saying that the Me Too movement ain't strong. Mm-hmm. It's just that, with everything else going on in the world, I think it's probably going to come back up at a later time.
I think so.
I think that it's bigger. I'm not going to say that's not big, mm-hmm. but, we got pandemic. We got, aside from the pandemic, we got, all the political stuff going on. We got the Black Lives Matter movement going on.
Yeah. But we can do two things at once, can't we?
We're already dealing with a lot. We're dealing with COVID. We're dealing with, like everything I was saying. So I feel like that topic probably going to come back up. I don't think they're dodging the conversation. I think it's just not appropriate right now.
Well, I'm sure to those women it's appropriate. These accusations have been around for a while. So they've been around when the Jeffrey Epstein thing happened, when the Harvey Weinstein thing happened, when the Bill Cosby thing happened. But it just seems like because Oprah dropped the ball on it, maybe everyone else feels like they can also drop the ball.
Yeah, but we quit to, get our own people. Let's get some other people first. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a lot of other people that got away with the same type of stuff besides Russell Simmons. I mean, and what we like to do in our community, which is sad, and I'm not saying that the women are lying or anything, but we always like to go after our own people first. Kind of like R. Kelly, we went after Bill Cosby. Well, let's go after Donald Trump. He got 25 accusers. But let's go after somebody.
These are black women that are making these accusations.
Yeah, but I understand that. But let's get some of them first before we get our own. That's all I'm saying. Because the thing is, that's how I felt about the R. Kelly situation. I feel like, we quick to tear down each other. We want to see each other fall. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Russell Simmons is such a powerful figure, and I'm not gonna say that he get a pass. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna say that let's go out to somebody else first. We'll get him later. But right. Russell Simmons, he's smart, man. He out there in Bali. He coming over here nowhere. So I don't know if he did or not, but it's hard to say because every story has two sides.
Yeah.
And unless he speak on it, we can't really,
When you hear the victims, you always know the truth. Like when you hear someone,
I disagree.
When you hear, in my opinion, when you hear someone explain exactly what happened to them in great detail, and they also are, they have emotion behind it, and they say the same story over and over and over and over and over again.
But if you say it enough times, it's the whole thing. You said it enough times, then it becomes believable. So who knows? I don't know. I can't say if they did it or not because I don't know. I wasn't in the room. I wasn't there. All I could tell you is that, you know, if it did happen, you know, he need to come out and just deal with it. But
Yeah.
if it didn't happen, he need to deal with it. Either way, he got to speak on it. But I feel like with everything else going on, it's just not an appropriate time for him to really, for us to be worried about that right now. It's bigger problems.
But I mean, if things like the Breonna Taylor murder are things that we are, you know, we put it at most importance, then that's a black woman's life, just like the woman who was raped.
It is, but we talking about a whole worldwide problem, you know, when we talking about Brianna.
Yeah.
We talking about a whole movement. And the Me Too movement is a powerful movement too, but at the same time, it's just different times, I guess. You know, we're trying to fight for black people rights right now.
So that's our focus.
Yeah, so to take down another black man right now is kind of just like, you know, sometimes when we take each other down, they like to say, oh, that's, you know, they like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They like to say, oh, they got black on black crime and they doing stuff to each other.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes it seem like it's okay to do it because, or ignore it because we doing it to each other.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. So I'm not going to say they don't need to be addressed, but maybe once we get, you know, a few other things addressed first.
Once we get reparations.
Once, you know, Colin, well, you know, no, not that long. You know, Colin Kaepernick still need to get his job back. You know, some of these other officers still need to be actually, you know, convicted.
So what do you think about Colin Kaepernick getting his job back at the same racist institution that fired him?
I think they're going to learn a lesson because a lot of players that's non-black players are standing up. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if they take a stand in it, you know how that go. So it's like when you start getting just only black people making a big deal, it ain't nothing. But when the whites and everybody else get involved,
which is
they tend to do something about it. I know, but sad. You know, it's just the way America is structured. You know, yeah. I could tell y'all a few other things I want to bring up, but I'm gonna make it short. COVID-19, man, like Florida, we just had 5,000 cases reported for today. 5,000 new cases in one day. And that's a record because before our shutdown, we was at like under 2,000. Just having like 1,400, 13, per day. Since we reopened, we've been breaking records. We went from 1,000, couple days at 1,000, couple days at 2,000. Then we went to 3,000. Now today was at 5,500 new cases. Today we reported 5,500 new cases. So I'm gonna keep talking about it because I think y'all need to take it more serious because I feel like a lot of y'all like are saying, oh, it's fake or this and that. That's what they want you to believe because you know who being affected by it. You know,
black people.
We the ones who dying from it. You know,
older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get rid of us. So if y'all keep thinking, oh, and that's why I also feel like, you know, not to, you know, speak on it too much. You need to vote, man. Everybody need to get together, go register. You got 5 months to do it. We got to make some change, and it don't start by just, you know, turning your cheek the other way. You got to really get involved.
So you believe in voting?
100%.
I don't.
Well, because you got to understand, people died for us to be able to vote.
People died for many reasons.
But it was a whole movement for the black people to be able to vote. A lot of black people died.
Yeah.
So I mean, this in a way, it's like a constitutional right, and these people fought to get a constitutional right. So it's like for us to not go through with it, that means kind of like their lives was put, you know, to spare for no reason. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think just because of that alone, we should get involved.
Yeah, I mean, we should get involved, but at the end of the day, does the vote really count? I think they want us to believe. I think they want us to believe that it doesn't count. They want us to believe that way because it goes back to. They want us to believe that the COVID is not a big deal because you know who's gonna be affected by us not voting. We will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for you to not believe that it counts is what they want you to feel like. They want you to feel like you're worthless because then they more empowered because it's been proven, you know, election after election, low voter turnout by black people usually goes to the Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, is that what happened in 2016 or?
Yeah.
Is that what
we didn't show up. Okay. We didn't show up like we showed up for Obama.
Well, I certainly didn't vote in 2016.
It was more people that went to go watch the Black Panther movie than it was to go vote. So we taking a stand on all these issues. We got the protests. We do all these things. But if we're not voting, then we're not really, you know, we kind of part of the problem. That's what I believe in. I mean, everybody gonna have their opinion. I know a lot of y'all gonna be watching this with y'all own opinions, but that's my opinion. So if y'all feel like I'm wrong in y'all opinions and y'all minds. But to me, that's why I feel like it's important.
Okay.
Because people died for us to have the right to do it, and if we don't do it, and if you look at Obama got elected. That's a black man. Mm-hmm. He had 90 something percent. I think 95% of the black vote. No, 98%. I think of the black vote. We came out of record breaking numbers. He got elected twice, so we have the power to choose. Yeah, the last election, we sat back and you see what happened. We got Trump.
See, the people who aren't voting intentionally, I think that they think that that voting is also part of the systemic situation where you might vote, but your votes might get lost, or the Russians might overvote you, or there might be.
Of course, I mean, it's gonna be some cheating. They're gonna cheat. I mean, they got gerrymandering. They got a lot of reasons why you can feel like they cheat, and they're gonna cheat. But if you come out in big numbers, then it's harder to cheat. You know what I'm saying? If it's a few votes and it's close enough within reach, they're gonna try to swing it. But when you win by a large margin like Obama did, such a big margin, they can't deny that.
They can't deny it.
No, I mean if you look at Hillary lost some of those states by 10,000 votes. Let's just say they cheated. That's 10,000 votes. That's not a big number.
But Hillary did get the popular vote.
She got a popular vote, but
I'm trying to figure out how do our votes count in the electoral college or whatever else.
Because the way for everybody who don't understand the electoral college, the popular vote, and all of that stuff, the way it works is the electoral college was designed back in times when you didn't have media, so they had to have people voted state by state. So Florida voted, Georgia voted, every state voted, and what would happen is the delegates would come together at the end and say, okay, Florida went this way, and that's how they picked it. So it wasn't really so much about the popular vote because they didn't have the mass communication to get around the whole country.
Gotcha.
So this was done at a time before, all of that. And
so why are we still using that?
Well, that's the system though, because it hurts. You know why? Because when you have that, it hurts the popular vote, which is back then the minority was this big. Yeah. Now the minority is growing. Right. So with a growing minority, you want to try to keep it down. That's the voter suppression, what you talked about. That's the gerrymandering. Well, if you go back to the 2008 election, that was my first time voting. I voted for Obama, but before that, I was a never voter. And I said, unless they get a black person, I'm not voting. However, him being black wasn't my only reason. You know what I'm saying?
That was another reason.
Well, when he was black, I paid attention. He gave me a reason to look at it, to pay attention. See, because if he would have never got into it, I would have never looked at the politics. I didn't care about it. So when Obama ran, I said, let me just pay attention to this stuff. Let me see. I ain't know nothing about no delegates. I ain't know nothing about none of it. I was illiterate just like everybody else when it come to vote who don't know. And what happened when he started doing all his little campaign and debates, I went to a few of his ralies. And I stood in line and I was there like in the front row.
You went to a few rallies?
I was in the front row, the very front row. He was walking by shaking hands. And then I listened to it and I started paying attention. Yeah. And I listened to him. He a very smart guy, right. Harvard graduate, top of the class, valedictorian. And when I listened to him talking about how important it was, I think it inspired me to say, okay, there's a reason to really vote. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that he was so intelligent and he knew his stuff so well, and I felt like it touched with me because he was a black man. So I said, let me listen. But before I wouldn't even listen.
So did you vote for him because he was a black man or not?
No, I didn't. I voted for him because I listened to him and he made sense to me. Yeah. Because the thing is,
I wish he was running now. I mean, now would be the perfect
Biden is the closest thing you're going to get to him. That was his vice president. You got to understand, they friends. They like this. So
yeah, I'm friends with a lot of people, but I wouldn't vote for them.
Yeah, but if they worked in your office with you, then you probably might listen to him or he'll have some kind of influence. Because if what they did you felt like worked, you're going to kind of adopt some of it.
I think at this point, people are going to vote for Joe Biden just because he's not Trump.
That's 100%.
I don't see any other reason to vote for Joe Biden. I think that maybe someone like Elizabeth Warren or...
But they already lost the primary.
They're already out of the primary.
But she'll be a good vice president.
Those would be the people that you would want to bring the country forward with.
Yeah, but...
Because Joe Biden is from the old...
Yeah, but at the same time, if you break down right now if you look at the polls, right? Joe Biden's at 50. I want to say 50. I want to say 51, 52%, and Trump is at 38%. But when they break it down amongst groups, right? Biden got a lot of the old people too that Hillary didn't get, the 60 plus voters. Right. So Hillary couldn't pull some of them.
Do you think that's because he's a man?
Well, I think it's because he's an old man too, because a lot of people are stuck. Well, but the thing is, a lot of people are stuck in their ways and they're used to seeing things a certain way.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think it's because he's a man?
It's because he's an old man.
Yeah.
If he was a young man, I don't think it'd be the same.
Right.
Because I think that just like a lot of people that are older people are gonna watch an older man talk. You know, it's like watching The Price is Right. You know, they didn't have a young host, right? And so when they see Joe Biden and he's an old white man, what they used to seeing, I'm saying a lot of these people who felt like, oh, I don't want to vote this and that when they seen Obama because Obama's a young black man. Some of them probably ain't set out. They was like, no. But when you get these people that's 60 plus, 70, 80, 90, they want to see a white man, a white old man. That's what they used to.
That's a shame, though.
But it's what they used to.
Because what if he picks, like, Kamala Harris for his vice president? Are they going to be looking at her like, she's not an old white man?
Some people will.
So
Some
I'm
people
not
will.
voting for Joe Biden.
Some people will.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, some people
It shouldn't
will.
be about, I mean, I thought we learned, like, in first or second grade, it's not don't judge a book by its cover. It should be something along that line.
Yeah, but I'm telling you how America works. A lot of people don't follow politics. They don't look at the news. They don't listen to these debates.
Yeah.
They don't pay attention. They look at the candidate and they say, I like him.
Yeah.
If they like him, they vote for him. They don't care about what they said.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't like him, like a lot of people, I don't like Hillary. They didn't vote for her.
Mm-hmm.
But what do they really know about Hillary? What did they really know besides I don't like her? What did they research?
I think that the real political people knew not to vote for Hillary, and then I think that whoever didn't like her didn't vote. I think it was a lot against her because you have to think about the politics of the Clinton administration. You have to dig really deep in there as far as all the crime bills, as far as them sending people to prison.
Yeah, but is it worse than Trump?
In those private prisons.
It's called a lesser two evils. Is it worse than Trump?
But a lot of people didn't know Trump yet. See, we know Trump now, so
so you think that's gonna make a change?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, make sure y'all register to vote. Go look online. I don't know what the website is. Maybe next time I should know that, but go vote. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to move on to the next topic. So make sure y'all vote.
Yeah.
What's up?
Vote. I want to talk about, we're in Tampa, so we're familiar with the Confederate flag.
Okay.
In fact, we've had a Confederate flag about the size of this room on our interstate since I've been in Tampa. Okay. And I guess they took it down. I guess they're taking statues down.
Well, I think somebody threatened to burn it down.
Right. And then they took it down.
And then they took it down.
Yeah. Either
but
way.
at first they was like, they're not taking it down. When they first started, they said they weren't taking it down.
Really?
Yeah. Then some people had actually came up with a whole plot to take it down and burn it. So then they took it down.
Well, whatever works.
Finally.
Yeah.
Right?
That bothered me, and now they're talking about how bringing down the statues is bothering them. Like, people want to be in their comfort zone. It's almost like they have to be on. They don't want you to cross that line.
Gotcha. Like,
don't take down every Confederate soldier. Don't take down every slave owner, like George Washington and whoever else, But
man, take them all down.
If we don't take them all down, then why are we taking some down? We gotta
they gotta go because
system.
A lot of people forget that Florida is the deep South. Because we was a Confederate state too. Mm-hmm. But you hear about Mississippi, Georgia, Virginia, and you hear about Alabama. You don't really hear people talking about Florida, but Florida was a Confederate state too. Mm-hmm. So we got a lot of stuff a lot of history that's not good, when it comes to that. And we got a lot of schools, a lot of statues, a lot of the same stuff named after some of those same people.
Of course.
And
throughout the whole country.
I think that, Florida definitely need to get a spotlight on that because a lot of times nobody talk about Florida. Every slave movie, every black historic film document is always based on Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. Yeah. And everybody take Florida out of it.
And that's because Florida is a tourist state, and we don't want to talk about that.
Well, we need to talk about it because it happens. And right now, Florida, we lead in the pack with the COVID, so we need to get it together.
Definitely.
We need to get it together.
Amen.
And now we supposed to be talking about music too. So, Hurricane Chris got arrested for first-degree murder.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if he did it. I didn't get all the details, but I do know that the rapper, if y'all remember him, A-Baby rapper.
Who was the person?
Make your hands clap,
that was supposed to have murdered?
I didn't really read all the details. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I did look at the article, and supposedly he's facing, a murder one.
Wow.
So, I don't know how that's gonna go. What's gonna happen with that? But I feel like
I pray for him.
Hopefully he didn't do it. You know what I mean? But time will tell.
Yeah, you don't put someone guilty before innocent.
Yeah.
Unless he's been convicted.
Yeah. He got arrested. He ain't convicted yet. Right. So we're gonna see what happens. City Girls put out a new album.
Okay.
I didn't listen to it yet. I'm gonna be honest.
I
I don't really listen to those kind of albums myself. But I'm gonna represent because it's for Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Of
Like
course.
it's for our home team,
Of course.
and I support them in everything they do. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of City Girls, even though you would never catch me riding around playing City Girls. You know, just ain't something that dudes do.
You never know. I
But-
mean, they might come out with a track.
I mean, I like them though.
Somebody you
I like
like.
them. I like them.
Right.
I mean, I'm a fan of like the whole Florida music movement.
Yeah.
And it's a win for Florida.
Yep.
So make sure y'all go check it out, look it up. I had the title, but I forgot because I be freestyling and stuff. So make sure y'all look it up. City Girls got a new album.
That's what's up.
Some of Kodak charges got dropped. You know, some of his gun charges got dropped.
Okay.
So he looking like he might, you know, have a chance soon.
He might get out.
Well, I don't know if he getting out right now, but it's just he got some lesser sentences, so he got a better chance of getting out.
That's good. We don't
Lil
need
Baby,
no black men in prison.
Make sure y'all check out Lil Baby. He got a new song. I gotta start remembering the name of these things, man. Lil Baby got a new song, and it's about the black, you know, about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up real quick because I gotta give y'all something. I ain't got all these computers right here for no reason, so let me see real quick.
So he got a new song out. Have you heard it?
Oh yeah, it's fire.
Okay. Who's on the song?
It's just him.
Just him by himself?
Yeah, he by himself and he doing his thing. Make sure y'all check it out. It's called let me look it up. I'm looking it up right now. So it's called The Bigger Picture.
The Bigger Picture. Okay.
Yeah, make sure y'all check that. He got a video for it too.
Okay.
It's real powerful.
That's what's up.
And I like Lil Baby, man, because he
Yeah, I
a
like
young
him too.
dude, and he talking about real issues.
Yeah, I like him too.
Plus, he one of them guys that I feel like gonna be around for a while.
Okay.
And I don't really mess with a lot of these new rappers.
No.
No, not too many. I'm like a lot of them gonna be fly by night. You know, they're gonna be one hit wonders. They're gonna be one album wonders. You know, they're not gonna last. But
Yeah.
I think he got longevity in the game.
I mean, the problem with that is whoever is putting him on is probably gonna keep making their money while he just comes in and goes out.
I don't know.
So
I think
hopefully he will.
I think
continue.
we starting to get smarter about signing contracts and taking 360 deals and you know stuff that is not good. So I think he gonna be all right.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So just to give y'all some music news.
Little baby.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you got anything else you want to talk to people about?
We still haven't gotten anyone arrested for Brianna Taylor's death. I think they're having some type of.
Didn't one of the officers one of them get
One of
indicted
them
or
got
something?
fired.
Okay.
But that's not a conviction or
Okay.
even a charge.
I thought one of them got indicted, but
Yeah.
I gotta
And then
see
we
that.
don't even know like what type of who needs to be charged. Is it the person who ordered the police to go in there? Is it the person who planned for that whole situation to happen? Is it the shooters, or were they just following orders? Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that might be what has them delaying it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's what's delaying it, because they're trying to figure out that web of who's to blame. You know? I hope that's the only thing that's delaying it. I hope it's not that they will never charge an officer, because somebody needs to be held responsible.
Yeah.
for
My
that
thing is,
situation.
if me or you kill somebody, they're gonna arrest us and ask questions later, right? And I think that the same thing should happen to a cop. If you kill somebody, they should arrest them and ask questions later.
But I mean, you know, the cops have a union, so the union protects them from these different type of charges that can happen while they're on duty.
Well, we need some laws to be changed, because if I kill somebody right now, they're not gonna ask no questions. They're gonna lock me up, and I'm gonna have to figure it out later. But when you're an officer and you kill somebody, it's like, oh, you got all this protection. It take 3 weeks, 4 weeks to lock you up. 5 weeks. It take a protest. It take national.
And they get paid leave and suspension. And
they need to start arresting them just like they'll arrest me or you.
Right.
That's my opinion on that. So
exactly.
I think somebody need to be charged, and I know that we're not gonna back down until somebody do get charged. Because we gonna. I
wonder what would happen if a black officer shot someone. What would happen then? I just want to see that.
I don't know,
because my mother's husband used to be a police officer, and he told me that a lot of them show up to the job drunk. So maybe that needs to be something that enters the discussion. What's your blood alcohol level when you shot these people? Maybe you were on 10, feeling like you had all that liquid courage.
Gotcha.
You know?
I don't know, man. I mean, definitely, I think that police officers, and I said this to a few people, and they agreed, they should have to do, before you get a badge, y'all need to do community service hours in the community you're going to be servicing.
Or
get to know people.
Hire people from the community.
No, I think they need to be. I think they need to do community service. I mean, because if you get out there in the community and you get to know people, and you're out there for 6 months or whatever, working at a grocery store or somewhere, you ain't got no badge or nothing yet. You got to get to know people, talk to people, and you will feel more comfortable in that community.
Yeah.
And you will feel more comfortable around the people that you're gonna be policing. Because they take these people and they get their badge and they stick them in the hood and they cowards.
And you know what? The newest police officers get put in the hood because they don't have any rank.
But they need to have community service as a part of the training. They need to have mental health evaluations as part of the training.
Yeah.
They need to have alcohol tests. They need to have
training.
They need to be tested for drugs. They need all this stuff before they get a badge. Make sure they're mentally stable, because if you look on my page, you'll see the one lady is going off about some McDonald's. And she going to the 3rd degree and crying and all of this over some McDonald's.
I didn't see that.
You got to check it out, man. It's crazy. So they need some mental health evaluations. They need to go through all kind of different evaluations.
They should have continuous.
They need to go to community service. They need to do community service. I'm sorry. They need to do continuous community service. Make them go out there and pick up some trash. Put them out there in the hood. Like, I'm just saying, they got to be out here because they'll feel more comfortable. Don't you think that if the officers knew the people in the neighborhoods they was in,
yeah,
if they had were required to know,
that's what I'm saying. They should hire from the.
If they had to come back to their station and report every week, who did you talk to? Who did you know? Yeah. What does this person do? Who own these businesses? They should know.
Yeah.
And then when they put them out there, they gonna feel some kind of way that because that's their community now. They know a little bit about it, right? But you just throw them out there, they don't care about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff happens.
Yeah, I don't think they care.
That's my opinion. So
they just go home and live their life, and whatever happened at work stays at work.
Yeah. So that's my opinion on that. Make sure y'all check us out again on YouTube. Make sure y'all go to wish.com and buy all of y'all products and everything. I'll make sure I add the reference code. Make sure y'all check out my page. Check out Rapunzel the Poet page. And stay in tune with what we're doing. We're going to keep dropping these episodes every week, probably a couple of them a week. But for right now, COVID-19 is slowing things down a little bit. But we're going to stay in tune with it. We're not going nowhere. We're here to stay.
Yep.
So make sure y'all check us out. Street Fame, at Street Fame Forever, and at Rapunzel the Poet.
Holla.